How's it going, guys? Welcome to part 5 of my 1973 Honda CB350 engine rebuilt photo slideshow. Okay, last time we had left off in getting those cases nice and clean and shiny. So we'll continue with just cleaning some parts and getting a little bit more technical and measuring if parts are still in spec. So this first photo I have right here is I'm cleaning the pistons because they were filled with carbon and they're in here. So just soaking them and trying to get rid of all that debris on top of those carbons. I measured these in, and they came out in spec. I have a feeling that one of the previous owners had done a rebuild before, but I'm not too sure because these pistons were in really good shape. And then since I was going to do a whole rebuild on this engine, I had to purchase a couple of tools. Right here is a digital caliper and some inside calipers. And then I also ordered a set of micrometers right here. And then these tools were to measure the inside of the cylinder walls. And this is where it gets really technical, and I have to do a couple of math. And where I learned how to do these measurements, there's a site, and it is called Dan's Online Motorcycle Repair Course. It's really not a course. It's just like a site where it has a ton of information on, what to look for in fixing your own motorcycle, and just all kinds of really useful information. It's a really good site. I'll put the link description on the bottom of my description. So I printed these important pages out, and right here is the formula to find out how to find the measurements for that. And then I just started measuring these cylinders. I started with the right and just write diagrams, measure, took 3 measurements for the top, middle, and bottom of each of these cylinders. And my engine has 2 cylinders. And then more measurements. This is for the left side, and everything measured to spec. If my cylinders would have been, wouldn't measure right, I would have to bore it up into the next size, and I believe it would be, I forget the next size, but I think there's like 2 different kinds of sizes that you can go up to. But mine were pretty in good condition, and right here it's just a photo using that digital caliper to measure the inside of those jugs and taking note. And then on this next photo, I did a leak down test for that cylinder head. This is to find out if my valves are seating, and I poured, I believe this is water that I used, or I think it was acetone. I forget. I think it was acetone. You're supposed to use acetone, but if you look closely, you can see there's water seeping through, and that is not good. That means your valves are not seating properly, and they would need a seating job. And my next step here was removing those valves. I used a G clamp, and I made my own like valve spring remover tool. I just drilled out a little wood thing. It's hard to describe. You would have to look it up, or like if you want to know how to do this, you know, I could lead you to how to make one of these. And then a closer look on the valves, which were not bad. I believe I bought two new ones and two valves, and the other two were pretty good. And then after that, it was time for me to remove the CL engine that was already mounted on the frame of the bike, because the one that I just opened was the original CB engine, but the one that it had mounted on was a CL, and that wasn't firing up. So I decided to get into this one. Might as well, you know. And taking all that stuff apart, I brought all my parts inside. I did this shelf just to keep all the parts. And I finally have that CL engine in my room and ready for a teardown. Thanks for tuning in on part 5 of this engine rebuild. And the next part will be getting into that CL engine and finding out what was wrong with that CL engine and the CB engine, because, well, I'll explain in the next episode. But hope you guys have a good one. Take care.